Eat for success. How important is it? Some people think, my son and daughter, they eat whatever, they look fine to me. No, that's not it. That's an excuse. Every parent have that excuse to say, whatever, because you're too lazy to educate your children. You need to tell them this is a permanent habit. It's a lifestyle permanent habit. When they learn to eat correct, what do I mean eat correct? You have 3 children, each of them will have different body build, different type, different age, so they learn to eat a little bit different. You can't make a meal for all 3 the same portion and or complexion of carbohydrate, fruit, and protein and expect all 3 to eat similar. Maybe a little bit smaller portion or younger, but the component of the ratio is the same. That's not true. That's wrong. So you need to educate about what is correct portion and ratio, protein, vegetable, nutritional stuff, and carbohydrate to each individual child. I have 2 daughters. They're both almost same height, one about my height and the other a little bit shorter. They build different, they eat different, their exercise routine different. Why? Because they're 2 different people. So you got to sit down and craft out a method what it is to eat. Why? Very important. Eating is about self-control too. It's discipline. You know what you must do. It's kind of like I got to do this to get an A in history. If I don't, I get a B. So it's the same discipline and same approach, process of planning and execution at schoolwork or working on a project when you're at work. So eating's like, look, I gotta eat this much protein, this much carbohydrate, this much vegetable. I can't overload any on this aspect. It has to be equal. The discipline is, that's it. That's what you get. Trust me. I don't think an American child in this country would die of starvation that have a home. You live in a home with your parents. I've never heard, I've never read, I've never imagined a child would die of starvation. So when your child says he's hungry or she's hungry, no. The portion is what it is. The ratio is what it is. The discipline is to not do more than what you're supposed to or less. Okay? So self-control and discipline are 2 character traits when it comes to planning your nutrition. Why is eating important? Health. Stay healthy. When they're healthy, they feel better. They can function better. They study better, sleep better, move around, play sport better. They're in better mood. They can communicate with their friends better. They talk to you different as parents also. Because everything functions correct. It's like a car. You don't change oil and every now and then something drip out. If you have a car that you haven't changed oil in years and something's starting to drip here and there, would you take that car and drive from Orlando to Los Angeles? No. So in the long haul with your children, it's the same thing. You send them across the country, which is years of life, and ruin the engine. So health is important. The image is important. All right. Some of you will take this wrong and get offended. You're like, image, why do I care? All right, I'm gonna give you this simple sample. If I give you a wish, or your daughter or your son a wish, one wish, that they can look like any athlete or movie star or anything, one time, who would they want to be? Who would you want to be? I didn't see you say you. I didn't say I don't want to look like anybody. I want to be me. So because you didn't say I want to be me, it's obvious that you want to improve. You want to get better. You want to look a little bit better than what you want. So that means you're a driven person. But if you or your child very driven, but you're too lazy to make her or him get into the mode to improve, the health, the image, the fitness level, to also affect the mood, the feel, the self-esteem and all that. Okay, I'm not talking about being in tip-top shape like this incredible athlete or some people and advertise on TV where they got this guy and this goes up on the Stairmaster and say 10 minutes a day look like this. That's a bunch of baloney. That's a lie. That's a blatant lie. There's nobody do 10 minutes this and look like that. They born and raised and worked their butt off for years. They worked out, the athlete, they do everything, and then they do that 10 minutes a day. But just to do that 10 minutes a day, no. You know who's faster than Stairmaster and jogging? A donut. You can run for an hour, and in 10 seconds, as soon as you swallow a donut, that donut passes you by. So eating's important. Learn about nutrition. Learn about all that. Why? Because it's an investment in your health, your image, your feel good, your activity levels, all that. And then also you going into the discipline mode, you going into self-control mode to know what you should do, and you shouldn't cross that line. Okay? So don't neglect this aspect of life. It's for you. It's not about someone judge you and how they want you to look. It's just purely for you, or in this case, it's your children.